All right, this news just breaking moments ago. Fox News has obtained photos of one of the Somali illegal immigrants wrapped up in the Minnesota fraud scandal, posing with several high-profile Minnesota Democrats, including Congresswoman Ilhan Omar and Governor Tim Walz.
Well, I don't think we're going to necessarily ask for a declaration of war. I think we're just going to kill people that are bringing drugs into our country. Okay? We're going to kill them.
It was 5:17 a.m. Minneapolis, Minnesota, the air before dawn felt heavy, cold, thick, and suffocatingly silent. Across the city, families were asleep, unaware that their safety had been sold. In the exclusive shadows of an $11.8 million mansion, elite tactical teams from the FBI, D, and Homeland Security were moving with mechanical precision. They weren't targeting a street-level dealer or a warehouse on the edge of town. Their target was the residence of Mayor Jonathan Reed Whitmore. Whitmore was a respected public figure, a man who built his reputation on law and order. But behind the polished speeches and city banners, federal investigators had uncovered a $1.2 billion criminal network operating under the cover of the government. This wasn't just a house. It was a transit point, a secret zone protected by the very badges sworn to defend the public. Stay with me, because what agents discovered beneath the floorboards of this mansion exposes a level of institutional betrayal that will shatter your trust in the system. We are talking about 1.3 tons of cocaine, 450 kilograms of fentanyl, and a trafficking operation involving over 80 missing children. If you believe these shadow architectures must be dismantled, comment truth right now and subscribe. Your engagement is the only thing that keeps these stories from being buried. At exactly 5:17 a.m., DIA Supervisory Agent Daniel Cross gave the signal. 71 highly trained agents, earpieces tight and weapons ready, pressed against the cold walls of the Whitmore estate. For 7 months, satellite data had recorded unusual signals surrounding the property movements without origin. Connections that couldn't be explained. The breach was decisive. Inside, agents realized this was no routine search. The 10,500 square foot mansion was a distribution hub of industrial proportions. Hidden within the walls and beneath the floorboards, investigators uncovered 1.3 tons of cocaine and 450 kg of fentanyl. This wasn't temporary storage. It was a central node for the Chung cartel. But the most staggering find wasn't the drugs. It was the cash. Deep within reinforced structural compartments, agents pulled out $72 million in vacuum-sealed U.S. currency. To put this in perspective, this was a hoard far beyond what a typical smuggling site could hold. It was the liquid capital of an empire that controlled the city. As the main residence was secured, Agent Cross moved toward the private office. A specialized K-9 unit flagged a bookshelf that seemed out of alignment. Behind a false bookshelf was a concealed entrance leading to a sealed room. When agents breached it, they didn't find a vault. They found a coordination center. The coffee cups were still warm. Discarded on the center table were official police uniforms and badges, keys to city evidence storage rooms, encrypted surveillance equipment monitoring multiple city facilities. This room proved that the mayor wasn't just taking bribes, he was managing the logistics. At the center of the desk sat a leather-bound ledger, what investigators now call the payoff map. It contained meticulously recorded entries of monthly payments spanning more than 3 years, names, identification codes, transport routes, and protection schedules. It revealed that the network had not simply evaded law enforcement, it had occupied it. As forensic analysts turned the pages of the ledger, the investigation took a horrifying turn. Beneath the financial data was a list of minors. The ledger mapped out transport records and transfer codes tied directly to public buildings and shelters. 127 child profiles were recovered from the system. When cross-referenced with national databases, the truth emerged. More than 80 of those children had been reported missing within the past 2 years. But here is the betrayal. 43 of those cases had been officially classified as unsolved or runaways. Internal records showed that at least 29 missing persons reports had been quietly altered from endangered to lost contact within hours of transport activity recorded in the cartel's logs. This wasn't negligence, it was coordination. The system was being used to move children through the very channels designed to protect them. Comment expose if you believe every official who signed off on these runaway reports should face life in prison. How did $1.2 billion move without a single alert? Forensic analysts uncovered a complex transaction network involving 18 shell companies. On paper, these entities appeared to be youth outreach programs, transportation services, and temporary housing initiatives. In reality, they were moving money. Over a 24-month period, the estimated cash flow exceeded $214 million. Financial data was uploaded to overseas servers in Eastern Europe and the Caribbean in 92-minute cycles. The mayor's office provided the authorization records. Internal communications revealed a pattern of permit overrides. Vehicles tied to the cartel's routes were fast-tracked. Inspections were delayed. In some cases, city resources were quietly redirected away from specific locations just hours before a shipment was moved. This was infrastructure-level crime. By 9:15 a.m., federal command made a decision. The operation would not stop in Minneapolis. The data from the secret zone provided a map that spanned 5 states: Minnesota, Wisconsin, Illinois, Iowa, and Michigan. At 10:42 a.m., the order was given, simultaneous entry. Outside Milwaukee, agents recovered 2.4 tons of narcotics packaged for distribution. In Chicago, a financial office operating under a youth services license was found processing $18 million in layered transactions. In Des Moines, a secured garage revealed modified transport vehicles with hidden compartments designed for both drugs and human transport. By 1:30 p.m., 48 individuals were in federal custody and 34 minors were located and secured. For the first time, the system began to break. Mayor Whitmore was formally charged with conspiracy, human trafficking, money laundering, and obstruction of justice. But even as the mayor was escorted away in handcuffs, a chilling alert appeared on the seized servers. A single entry, time-stamped isolated, read, Phase 2 routes active. During the 92-minute window following the initial raid, an additional $41.7 million was moved out of the network's accounts. 3 individuals, 2 private contractors, and a mid-level city administrator vanished before agents could arrive. Their devices were wiped, their residences cleared. This network had never been designed to survive exposure. It had been designed to continue beyond it. This was a dead man's switch for a $700 million system of exploitation. The secret zone in Minneapolis was just one room in a house that spans the entire country. Operation Secret Zone has officially dismantled the spine of a monster. We saved 34 lives and seized millions in poison. But the external partners identified in the final decrypted files extend far beyond state lines. Power provided the protection. Corruption hid behind good intentions in clean offices. The most dangerous crimes are not committed in back alleys. They are committed by the people who ask for your trust while they sign the reports that bury the truth. Stay alert. Stay skeptical. If you want to see the full list of shadow coordinators uncovered in the next phase of this investigation, hit the like button and subscribe now. This is a war for the soul of our communities, and the truth is our only weapon. Comment protect if you believe the truth must be exposed and justice must be defended.